What is up, Geekiverse? Welcome to our second episode of Geek of Thrones. I am your host, Amanda, this week. Our usual fearless leader, Sam, is out once again with a funky eye surgery 2.0.
Sad.
Yes, we miss you, Sam.
She sends her love. I was just hanging out with her, eating tacos and watching things.
So in her place this week, we have my husband. So this is Geek of Thrones Spouse Edition. So would you like to introduce yourself?
Hi, I'm Adam, new to the whole thing and excited to be here talking about Game of Thrones.
Oh, it's going to be fun. And then my fellow Geekiverse geek, Tina.
Tuna. Apparently now I'm also Tuba. But I'm actually Chelsea, in case you're wondering. But
I had to ask, I had to get it straight before I got here.
It's true.
Because I've heard Tina so many times, and then what is her actual name?
Yes, her real name is Tina.
I did find Tina Belcher's head on a tuna fish online the other day, and I about lost my mind.
It's meant to be.
It is.
So anyway, we are here to discuss season 7, episode 1 of Game of Thrones. Yay! So that being said, if you have not seen season 7, episode 1, consider this your official spoiler alert. Nothing is off the table. We're going to talk about everything. Who lives, who dies, who we see, who we don't see. All that fun stuff that only Game of Thrones can bring us. So if you have not seen it, turn this off now and go find something else in the Geekiverse playlist to listen to.
Or go watch the new episode.
Yeah.
Better yet.
And then come back.
So we had to wait an extra 2 months for this season because we literally had to wait for winter for the cast to film the season.
Gosh.
So question, did it live up to your expectations?
Yeah.
Okay. Tina?
I say yes. I thought it was really awesome way to start because there was so much that went on in one episode. And I may or may not have multiple times screamed at the TV.
I think we all did.
Shaken my husband.
Shook.
And been like, oh my gosh. Like 4 times. He told me I can't talk during episodes, but
Oops.
I broke the rule. And I didn't die. I'm here. And we're still married, so.
So good season 7, episode 1 start.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
All right. Adam.
No, I thought it was, exciting. It kind of confirmed all this stuff where, like, we know it's all coming, and then now it's actually happening. Everything's happening, so it's going to be, I can't wait to see what's going to happen.
Yeah, I can kind of agree with both of you guys that for a show that is infamous for just forgetting about storylines and characters and saying, oh, we're going to Westeros for 6 seasons, I'm glad to see that.
Get on with it already.
Freaking get there.
We finally are at Westeros. We're in Westeros and things are happening. And almost every character that really matters, quote unquote, we saw them.
Yep.
Which I think is fantastic. It wasn't really like an action-packed episode, but it was a character-packed episode.
Which I loved.
Yeah,
So.
me too. So how we're going to do this podcast for you guys is instead of trying to just tell the whole storyline of the episode, which would probably be impossible because there's so many storylines, we're just going to go through each of the main characters that we came into contact with in this episode and just kind of give the rundown of what happened to them, what they did, and kind of see how it connects to what's to come. So the very first character that we did see in episode 1 was Tina's favorite character.
Arya!
So why don't you tell us everything that happened with Arya in season 7, episode 1?
It's whatever. We know where we are. I put down for my notes because I'm so obsessed with her. She is my favorite. I put Arya S equals boss level. Because
I wrote BAMF in my notes, so we're on the same level there.
So it's the whole thing starts with you have Walder Frey quote, even though we all know spoiler, she killed him.
I was so confused when
and
you were like, no, that's not him.
I'm glad we kind of rewatched the old episodes.
Watched the last episode.
I wouldn't have remembered that. Oh yeah, he's not supposed to.
Right. My husband knew. He was like, just calm down. It's going to be fine. I'm like, what the heck? And then like all the Freys are together and he's like, oh, cheers to you. You're great people. And long story short, he's like, I have the best wine for you. And they all drink the wine, and he's giving a speech, and he's like, you killed them. Good for you. Like, you're heroes. You killed a pregnant woman and a mom of 5. And then all of a sudden, they're choking on their wine and they're dying all around. And he's like, but you forgot one. Like,
You leave
forgot
one
to
wolf
pull-
alive.
And then Frey/Arya pulls the mask off and is just like watching everyone die and like tells the girl next to her to like tell everyone that winter has come for the, oh
the
my
North
gosh.
remembers.
That was the line. Yeah.
Absolute
winter
divine.
came for the
Winter
fray,
came for the fray.
Yeah,
Yes.
something like
Well, I
that.
think I wrote that down. I did. Oh well, too bad.
That was.
Oh, it was the most
goosebumps.
beautiful. Oh my gosh. I
It
don't
was
even
like
know.
she had her revenge on Walder Frey, and then like she just like took it to the next level and just took out all of the men in the Frey family. She took down a single army by herself. Like that's
because she's a freaking boss. She's a boss. Oh man, I'm so excited for the rest of her story. But yeah, I guess that's just the beginning, and she shows up later in the episode as well. I don't know if you want to go there.
yeah.
yet.
Go ahead. We're just gonna go through. each
And we
character.
meet a special character later. She's on a horse walking through the woods, and you hear this beautiful heavenly voice. And who else could it be but Ed Sheeran? Not the greatest actor, but he's
he's a good
adorable,
singer.
and his
I
voice
thought
is
he- I held his
beautiful.
own.
Honestly, I didn't really know that it was him. I knew he was going to be in the series because I had seen things
Right,
online.
right.
But if you hadn't told me it was him, I would have been like, all right, he's just some actor. He's a cute little ginger kid.
I recognized his voice, and I was like, oh my gosh, I know that voice. I know that voice. I know that voice. And then I like went to his face, and I was like, Ed Sheeran? Already? What are you doing here? Like,
What
where
are you
did
doing
you
in
come
Westeros?
from? He was starstruck, and it was adorable. He's like Arya's sitting next to him, and he's like, "Hey, yeah." I mean, I would too, but so anyway, she's there with the intent to like take all their stuff and like kill him, but they're so kind that she's like, "Oh yeah, I'm a nice person," and
You forgot that.
yeah, but it was like a reminder to her, I think, that nice people do exist.
Especially
And-
because they were Lannister soldiers.
yes.
So it kind of, I think it helps add to her character that everything is not black and white. The Lannisters are not necessarily your enemy. Cersei, yeah, she's your enemy. But the Lannisters, just because they have the name Lannister or they fight for the Lannisters, does not mean that they're necessarily worthy of death.
Question is, because I remember thinking this, the next episode is gonna start with all of those soldiers dead. Because yes, that idea that there are good people out in the world, and Arya seems to hate everybody, but she needs to remember there's good people. Does that sink in, or is she just kind of hell bent on revenge? So that doesn't really matter, because we've kind of seen that side before, where you think, okay, maybe she'll be a little merciful, but no, she's
Yeah. It could go either way
Yeah.
with her, I feel. Like, you hope, like, oh, she's going to be, okay. She's not a psychopath. And then, she'll do something crazy like that.
Yeah, she's a little unpredictable, which is why I like her.
Yeah.
Because you're not totally sure. First of all, you're not totally sure she's going to make it half the places she gets.
Mm-hmm.
And then all of a sudden she's there. And you're like, oh my gosh, where did you come
You're
from?
in one piece.
And now you're not even sure whose face she's going to have on. This thought, I had
I
this
know.
thought. Somewhere down the road, we're going to find a body without a face. And then we're going to be like, Arya could be anywhere. And she could be anyone. And she's just going to pop up and kill somebody.
Would it be cool if, like, she ends up, like, taking, like, Daenerys' face or something, and she
That'd
just
be
ends
terrible.
up ruling the Seven
But
Kingdoms?
amazing.
New fan theory. We just found it.
Let's start spreading that. Spread that
Spread the
yeah.
word.
Arya's
down
going to
right
run the
away.
Seven Kingdoms, and no one's going to know.
Yes. I could see it. So anything else with Arya that we have?
Hold on. I watched the episode twice, mainly to see her. Oh! I had a theory that Sam and I came up with. Shout out, Sam. Okay. We were talking about how Arya, with her face-taking ability. So when she takes faces, it seems like she takes on all the characteristics of that person. So that I never even noticed that before. But I'm wondering if that's part of what comes with that. So when you take
Kind of like
someone's
the burden
face,
you have to bear.
you take all the traits that they had, and like, because she definitely was talking like him, her hand was just like his, but when she took that mask off, she was back to herself, just in his clothing. So how does that work? We still don't know
Yeah.
how that works. But it
like,
seems
is it like acting? Is it magic? Like, what exactly is it?
Because with that whole temple thing was all really mystical too.
Yes.
And it's kind of a
and it was
weird
very
magic
secret,
thing. Yep.
and you never learn what was going on.
Never really know.